notes, that's a mobby pass. More shots than karate class. I can hear the blues when the shotty blast. The whole block blowing horns, that's that Jackson jazz. She swinging blue notes, that's a mobby pass. More shots than karate class. I can hear the blues when the shotty blast. The whole block blowing horns, that's that Jackson jazz.
I told you guys, man, we coming with it, man. We nonstop.
Yo, welcome back to another episode. This is VI.
This is really.
And this is Factorz TV.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome out to, welcome back for our 9th episode.
Is it number 9?
It's number 9. 8 was last week.
Oh, okay, for sure.
I mean, we're doing numbers. Good job, VI. You're
Good
doing
job.
Good. But welcome you guys. Appreciate you guys supporting us. We back at it for another week, another episode down here at Converge Media. Black Media Matters. It's VI, like we said. We are the Factors. And we back at it, man. Got some topics going on, man. How's your week been, though, man? How you been doing?
Man, my week was good, man. A little bit of remote learning with the children, building these brands, coming up with this content. Was able to get on the morning show. You know, welcome Wednesdays.
It's always good on the morning show. It's always a good time on the morning show, man. And we definitely appreciate O and Trey having us on their platform and their time. Today was G Prez, man.
Yeah, shout out to Prez.
Shout out to Prez, man. He came in and volunteered and inserted himself for O, man. And he gave us the go ahead and said he appreciates us and he loves our show. So shout out to G Prez and shout out the morning show, man. We definitely gonna get it rocking, man. The Factorz TV gonna keep it going.
Nah, man. So, man, this week, how you feeling, man? You know, what you want to kick it off with? What you thinking, man?
Man, you know me, man. It has to do with entertainment. It's entertainment, It's business, it's industry, but this situation, man, at the Super Bowl, man, when Super Bowl after party, when your boy Russell Wilson and his wife Ciara,
flat out embarrassing.
They left the party a little early.
Oh, embarrassing.
They left it a little early, man. And
what happened? Drake was announcing Future or something like that,
So
right?
Drake threw an after party. He's going to there to perform. And it's just funny. This is just how life is. I'm going to get to it. But Drake's performing. And as Ciara and Russell's walking out, you can literally hear Drake shouting out Future, bigging him up, you know, putting extras on. You know how Drake is. My brother, my favorite partner to perform with. Man, the world, he just poured it on. As he's pouring it on, Ciara and Russ is walking to the car.
Embarrassing.
Now, my thing is, you guys are separated for so long, you're remarried. At first, when I thought about it, I was like, oh, man, she's acting bitter. You know, anybody can say that. That's an easy answer. One of my things is I think it's a publicity stunt because it was too perfect time. And I don't see you being mad, being married, being in love, or whatever it is. He's literally at a show. You guys are both in the industry. You're going to cross paths. So her just leaving, that was not a good look. And it was actually it's just life is so funny. They're walking now trying to remain calm. In the background, you hear Drake, my brother, man, the best performer. The world really is like, dog, you guys is leaving.
It's high-key embarrassing, man. Like, as a man, as Russell Wilson, old dude boy, yes, dear, let's go. And then Ciara, everyone claims she's so unbothered, you know, and she's moved on and she's this and that. And you let a man run you out. If me and my wife would have been there having drinks, partying, dancing, like
we're balling out. Yeah, that's it.
Like, you know, it is what it is. You know, you guys have a kid together, but the way you guys just run, like, it's embarrassing to me. I'm so sick of Russell Wilson, bro. Like, he needs to grab his cojones and he needs to stand up as a man.
For real. Because I would have been like, we ain't going nowhere. We're balling too. We having money too. I don't care about listen, you can be humble all your life, but
okay, baby, let's
you got to
go.
stand tall. And if you guys are married, and if you guys have both moved on from your last situations, marriages, relationships, and you guys are together, you guys are not only celebrities, you guys are also wealthy people. Like, nobody's going to move this mountain. So it's just more of, I think, it being either her being worried about it too much or it's just too little, because I can't see any in between when it comes to something like that. You guys are both in the industry, so it's not like by mistake. It's not he's stalking you. It's not like you popped up on him. You guys went to a party, an after party for the Super Bowl. Russ is a quarterback. Future is an artist, a rap star. So it's kind of like you got to be kind of logical with it, you know, and them leaving like that and having Drake in the background,
flat out,
that just set it off, man. That I laughed so hard at that, and people might not even laugh. You just got the irony. It's just, you know, we're leaving because of this guy, and Drake is shouting them out.
I saw some people, you know, saying, "Oh, well, she's not bothered. That's a grown-up thing to do." And then I saw some people who was like, you know, she still loves him. And the second part made more sense to me, because it's like, if she's so unbothered, you know, then she would have sat there and just chilled. But something about Future being there made her want to leave the vicinity, and it's just, just awkward. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're married with kids, you're in love. You and Russell Wilson post more than he posts about football, and you guys couldn't sit there and stay. So I don't know what that was, man, but I'm quite embarrassed, and I want Russell to get it together. I want him to man up.
Man, listen, man up. And if you feel away, if you can say that you disagree or you do agree, then hit me and bro up. Let us know how you feel. We really want feedback from people because we do get some, but having everybody, feedback on different topics would
Grab
be a
your
lot.
balls, man.
And especially this one because it does have a lot to do with not only being a celebrity, being wealthy, but also has to do with the black community and how we respond to each other, how we respond to trauma, how we deal in certain situations.
Co-parenting.
You know what I'm saying? Co-parenting, exactly. It got so much more than just celebrity and seeing that. So if they thought about that at a higher level, I don't think they would have left like that. People don't think things affect people. We talk about so much in the news and act like it's nothing, it's just a grain of salt, when really it affects us. And we start to not, if think like it, then it's trend things that are trendy and we start to do certain patterns that are like it. But that situation, like I said, was weird to me. So that's how I wanted to kick it off because it was bothering me, man. It's just so much going on, Super Bowls up and down, and it's like, dog, you guys want to do this? This is what you want to do, Russ? Not only you stunk it up this year, you want to let your backbone just fall apart, huh? A little backbone gone? Huh? A little courage from Walgreens? You go buy some courage? Huh?
I feel you, man. I totally respect that. Switching gears though, staying still in the same, Super Bowl type feel. During the weekend, had all types of parties and events. Kodak Black was shot during one of the parties, and it was at Justin Bieber's party. And, no fatalities, which is a good thing. There was multiple people shot, though. But I have an issue with it, and it's so funny because comedian Carlos M. spoke on it as well. And my issue is that there's been no arrest, there's been no news on it. But if Justin Bieber was shot at Kodak's party, to me, it'd be a whole uproar. The thugs are out.
Listen.
We need to arrest people.
Justin Bieber got caught with lean.
And they discontinued
and shut down activists, the company, because they didn't mean for it to reach people like that. And they've been killing us Negroes for a long time. So just imagine if Justin Bieber would have got shot attending a Kodak Black venue or event. It would have been helicopters, news articles, shaming our culture. It's always good to point the finger at us and make us look bad. Because I really didn't hear he got shot until probably like 4 days after.
So low key. It was so low key. And that's my thing. It barely made the news. At first, it was like just some people got shot. And then like the next day, it was like, oh, Kodak got shot. When the other celebrities get shot, it's like, hey, so-and-so is critical and this and that. And with him, it was just like, hey, he got shot. Oh, it was at Justice Party. Oh, he'll be all right. And my thing is they don't treat, black incidents and white incidents the same. You know what I'm saying? Because if Justin was at somebody else's party, it'd be big. A pop culture star getting shot and someone needs to be arrested. There's got to be somebody held accountable.
He was around all the hoodlums, you know what I'm saying? Somebody got to go down for this. And even with the response in the ambulance, if you watch the video, there's a video of the aftermath, and there's a guy laying there for 30 minutes. Luckily, he did survive, but it's like also the response time of things is how they treat us and treat situations we're in or around. But for sure, it would have been a totally different story or headline if Justin Bieber was shot instead of Kodak Black at Kodak Black's event.
Exactly.
And just because it's Justin Bieber's, they're going to keep it low-key. Hopefully he doesn't get any lawsuits against him or anything like that. You see what happened with Travis Scott. He's still, I don't even know if he'll be able to fully recover. He is a powerful dude. He has a lot of good following, but he also has this thing. It's going to take a while to shake because people are putting this on him because of what happened at his concert. But I think that it would definitely be another way around if it was the other way around. Ain't no way around it. A white guy gets shot at a black party. The hoodlums came out to play, and they're going to put the finger dead at us.
I know, man. And that's some I feel like I needed to speak on because, like I said, it would have been totally different if it was somebody else, getting injured at a party. It would have been – we've had those situations where, worlds have crossed paths and it's an issue because, you're in somebody else's world and, you're not supposed to be around them or that's not how you live your life, so – I agree with that, man. But also this past weekend,
everybody want to be a nigga
until it's time to be a nigga. Rest in peace, Paul Mooney. This past weekend also people celebrated Valentine's Day, man. What does Valentine's Day think of you, man?
Oh man, well for me, I now that I have daughters, I make sure they're always put first. I always get them something. I always make sure they see the love and see a man bringing them something to show them love. So, that's to me now, it's more about my babies. Being younger, you're always worried about someone showing you love and attention. But getting older and then having children, you're like, I got to make sure they're loved, especially me having daughters. So, for me, it's just spreading love, showing love. I didn't get a thing, and I'm not even worried about it. Like, seriously, And I think that's just with me growing older and getting mature, just want to see people happy. So, you know, I definitely gave out some balloons, some chocolates, and made sure that I spread my love. But I for sure got my daughters situated first and went to their schools and dropped off candies and balloons and these little roses you could plant and stuff. So it's a little kind of like a play kit.
No, that's dope. I totally respect that. For me, I think it's another holiday just to spend money. People are already getting married. People are already being in relationships. I don't see why there has to be a holiday to show your love when that's really what you should be doing every day. I mean, but I like seeing people, you know, spread love and share it. But I think it's an unnecessary holiday. It was a whole bunch of things I looked up and it said different reasons why it was invented, you know, or established. But to me, it's just another holiday to spend money, have people go broke, you know, like all the holidays really to me is just nonsense. Christmas, you get gifts. You can give gifts all year, you know, and people really don't even need that much. Valentine's Day, like, why this day why go book a hotel room when you have a house, you know? Like, you know, this is a special day, so to me,
you
it's
got a hotel
overrated.
room to do the same thing you do at home.
You're doing the same 3 positions. Might as well just stay home and not waste no money, man. Seriously.
Girl, I'm about to do it to you today.
I'm about to do it to you. Don't do nothing. Okay? I'm tired. I'm going to sleep. But to me, it's overrated, man. I feel like they need to, not they, black people need to reestablish holidays and what they mean to us and what's important. Because this is a whole bunch of crap, man. It's like
A whole bunch of malarkey.
Yeah, it's a whole bunch of malarkey, you know. I don't agree with it, you know.
Well, I agree with that much as far as someone, you know, you need to love someone every day. You know, you need to show someone you care about them every day, not just on certain days. Like I said, like for my babies, it means a lot more. But I think I also been through my own stuff in relationships where it wasn't like a highlighted thing. You know, it wasn't celebrated. So it's kind of like being traumatic and then also just realizing you're going to do what you want for people naturally. Yeah. You're not going to, you know, just because I expect something, I'm going to do it because I want to do it. So, I mean, it can go both ways. I do believe you should love someone every day, but I also believe that, you know, you make someone, especially someone you either think of or someone you're raising, like feel special on those days, especially with society, you know, in the world and all that. You know, there are kids who don't even get nothing or who depend on social, you know, activity or social interaction to feel a certain way. So, I mean, it could go hand in hand, but for me, it's about the kids, you know, about the baby, especially if you're a man raising a little girl, you should make sure that she's loved no matter what people say.
Little boys need love too, man.
They do, but
father of 3 boys. Little boys need love too. Come on now. See, that's the problem.
Girl dad over here.
It's the problem with the world these days. What about the men?
It's girl dad. All
but
right?
nah. So the Rams won the Super Bowl.
Boo.
Why, man? Why boo, man? What's the issue?
They don't even know who they are. They have no identity. I'm over with the Rams. Go ahead, man. Give them the facts. So I can
Why? Because they came from St. Louis or what?
Because they came from L.A. to St. Louis and back to L.A. And I'm sick of them.
I mean, well, the only thing I'm happy about is Aaron Donald didn't have to break his body down to win one. Yeah. It's been 8 seasons for him. He's been, I think, a 7-time Pro Bowler, 8-time first team.
The
or
best
7-time
D
first
tackle
team.
in the game,
yeah,
for sure, since he came in.
Cooper Kupp, he's from Yakima, Washington. He went to Central Washington. So shout out to him. He got him one. Who else?
He went to Eastern. Didn't he go to Eastern Washington?
Excuse me, Eastern. Excuse me. It was somewhere Eastern Washington. Yeah.
OBJ, he got his OJ.
Yeah. But I think he tore his ACL again, the same one he tore before.
Yeah.
But no, I was just happy like a few Rams won it. But other than that, I really wanted Joe Shiesty to get his. You know.
Oh man, Joe Shiesty's my dude, man. He's a winner, you know, and I wanted him to carry that on. He was supposed to be the first guy to win every level as far as football goes within the first or second year. Not too many people did that, but the Rams won it. They won the Super Bowl. It was in L.A. It looked like it was live. They had one of the best halftime shows.
But the parade was sorry. Did you see the parade, man?
The parade. Let's not get the parade. Let's do the halftime show first. Let's celebrate the greatness. The halftime show was amazing. If you didn't get to see it,
yes.
They had Dr. Dre, 50 Cent, Eminem, Mary J. Blige. They had a lot of people up there, and they had I'd probably say probably 2 or 3 different eras. Because you think about it, like they did the late, like early 90s, mid 90s, 2000s.
Yeah.
They covered everything, man. You could see the stadium was going crazy. Like I felt the energy being at home. Yeah. Literally, not making that up. It was just so live. And it was so crazy about how the Super Bowl is. They had a problem with Mary J saying that she didn't get paid. She felt a way about it. And then I'm talking to my brother about it. He's like, well, there's other things you get. There's other ads you get, other endorsements you get.
Yeah, no, yeah, you can put on, you know, you might not get paid for it. You know, and it's last thing where they say, you know, what's good exposure? Well, the Super Bowl actually is good exposure. You know, you could really say, hey, man, I just did a Super Bowl. You have to pay me some real money.
Did you see their iTunes songs, #1 again?
Oh, no, that's dope.
Snoop Dogg. Who else?
50,
Dr. Dre,
Eminem.
2001 Chronic. They're all at iTunes #1.
Yeah, no,
Because
yeah.
of the Super Bowl. That is wild.
No, I love the show, and that goes back to when Jay-Z signed on to handle the, you know, the halftime entertainment. You know, if you think about it, he did it, you know, so elegantly. Like LA, we're in LA, we have LA artists, Compton artists, you know, 50, he's not, you know, well, 50's not LA, Mary ain't, but everybody has something to do with Dr. Dre.
Yeah, he produced for all of them, the production that he
and that was
did.
basically an ode to him. So that was dope to see that. Snoop smoking before he go on stage was iconic.
Keeping it thorough, you know what I'm talking about? We'll get listened and gifted everywhere.
But see, there was also people who were like, this is a terrible show. We needed Kid Rock
and
up
that's
here.
the kickback was people mad about it, saying it's not too diverse enough. That is amazing to me, how something can be so white or so this or so that, and it's okay. But as soon as you do an all-black halftime show or whatever, all hip-hop black or halftime show, now it's, oh, man, need to buy diverse. We need some pop. We need some. It's like, man, we can't do anything, man. We can't have one halftime celebration. You know, you guys still hold Janet Jackson against us. I mean, what can we do about that? And it's like the other ones that come after it were more about pop. It was always somebody with someone pop. It was the first time
Bruno.
it was really just hip-hop. It was really just raw and uncut. And, man, I loved every minute of it. And you got to see who your auntie, mama, and daddy really was. Because if they start gangbanging and talking about
dancing,
the good old days, you get to see who they really was, man.
Nah, yeah. Even what made me mad was people saw LeBron James in his press box dancing. They were like, the Lakers are 31-26, and he's up there dancing. I'm like, man, what do you want him to do? Like, what do you want people to do? Be sad? Like,
man,
no.
hey, we ain't doing too good right now, dog.
You gotta live life, man. So
watch it from the house, player. I got a big screen, man. And
man, the game did that. How you from LA in LA? You was watching at the house. You are sad, bro. But
he's mad he wasn't a part of the halftime show, or he posted something that said, "Should I have been a part of the halftime show?"
Man, he's gotta get over it. And
the
grow
game
up.
got to grow up, man. Grow up. Bro.
but no, we're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back with more news. Factorz TV, don't go nowhere.
Hello.
Yo, welcome back. We're still at this Factorz TV business. I want to speak on some Black history being made during Black History Month. Erin Jackson, the first Black woman to medal at the Olympics in the speed skating event, you know, where they're on ice going really fast. You know, she's the first Black woman to medal and bring home the gold. Not only just medal, but she's bringing home some gold hardware. So I think that's a major accomplishment, not only during Black History Month, but for people in general, for us as a people in general, because little girls need to see you can do that, you can be a part of that. There's certain events where we aren't thought of as top tier in the category, and for her to go out there and knock it out and bring it home during this month and during these times where we're steadily making, you know, headway in certain situations and in categories is like big to me, man. Like, loved it.
Yeah, as growing up as a kid, they always said, you know, certain things weren't Black enough, or that's what white people do, you know, and really it's what all people do. It's a human thing, and to see her do that at such a high level is amazing, not just for myself, but Black girls around the world. I've watched the speed skating and anything that has to do with that, man. I give people, they're doing 30, 40 miles an hour, like legit, you know what I'm saying, speeding around, and I just want to give my love to her and let her know that I appreciate her being an example for my daughters to see a Black woman, you know, not only just being a finalist, but this is like the beginning. Like, this is the first in 2022. Man, there's so much more to come. There's so many other Black people you're going to inspire to do what you do or be around it. It has to do with, like, even with tennis, you know, so many different professions where we didn't look at it as Black, or Black people do that a lot. You know, we have certain people who broke through and they set a mode, and they definitely had a path for other people, if not the trailblazers, to go alongside and create their own way. So shout out Laura.
Oh yeah, of course. Sticking to Black history, I like speaking on every episode during this month. I want to speak on some Seattle Black history, and I want to give a shout out to the Buffalo Soldiers.
Seattle Black history?
Seattle Black history.
Okay, that's good.
Not many people know Discovery Park was actually Fort Lawton, and it was the 125th Infantry of the Army, or 25th Infantry of the Army. But it was still segregated, but that's where the blacks were stationed at. Where Discovery Park is right now was about 100 or more African Americans fighting in the wars. So not people know that, and it kind of trips me out, because why wouldn't Discovery Park be Fort Lawton Park? You know, like
No, that's because this is my first time hearing that. I know about the Buffalo Soldiers. We have a friend whose family is a huge part of the chapter and keeping it alive today. But as far as the history goes, that's mind blowing that something so big a part of Washington State history isn't recognized, isn't like the saying to name the park after them, or at least having where the story is told, and you have certain events that happen to do around that, because I'm pretty sure the war that happened here and anything they protected here helped create civilization and help keep us our own state, help keep us sovereign. So whatever the influence they had, I believe they should show them more love than what they do. Because you can only get to see them riding horses nowadays. You think it's like something made up. Black Buffalo Soldiers, and no, it's something that goes beyond our time, 1800s, 1900s, and we were already there. And like earlier when we was talking with G. Press, he was saying, which I already knew, was a lot of them back in the day took on to riding horses because they was told to ride bikes.
Yeah.
They weren't given, the term cowboy was really derogatory against us black people. So when it came to that, white people didn't want us to sit on horses, but when we put us enlisted in the war, it's like, what are you going to do now? Are you going to give us everything we need or not? So they want us to ride bikes across the state.
And that's the thing that was wild to me. Like, even during segregation, you're not good enough to come into this movie theater, but you're good enough to go fight the war, and not only are we going to keep you here, but we're going to keep you separated from everybody else. It's things that are telltale signs of what's been going on here and what's still going on.
Still going on, yeah.
It's still happening. And not only were these, gentlemen, war heroes and fighters and warriors, they were also musicians. A lot of them were musicians. And they did the entertainment for the Army, and they did different festivals for the Army, and a lot of them were, heavy in jazz. So it was like a whole bunch of components wrapped up in one, where, they were being heavily underappreciated for who they were and what they did, and what they, did for not only the city, but the state, the United States, fighting.
That's what I'm saying, the civilization of Washington State.
Yeah.
It all ties in each other. And I think they need to be recognized. So whatever we need to do or can do, we should look forward to that and try to put a little back behind it so we can, get some spin on it and make sure people hear about it, because that's something that black kids will be inspired to see, someone who looks like them on a horse riding, protecting the land, sending messages, bringing whatever it is from weapons to medicine, whatever it is to help, that there are people who look like us who are part of building the, if not the legacy of Washington State, because George Washington had slaves, building the civilization, making sure that there was a home to come.
Did he even come to Washington State? But just naming territories after anybody. But also the Buffalo Soldiers have an Instagram. It's the Buffalo Soldiers of Seattle. So if you want to learn more history, I believe they do festivals, they do parades, they do horseback rides, horse something else too. But Buffalo Soldiers of Seattle. On IG and on Instagram, if you want to check them out, get some info, contact them. I know there's ways you could do that on Instagram. I wanted to speak on a subject, and it's not really.
It's hilarious, dog. Go ahead.
It's the title sounds funny, but it's just real serious, because also I had to do some reflection too. But basically, there was a subject on Facebook they were talking about bad experiences with exes. I dealt with this, I dealt with that. And I questioned somebody, and I said, basically, if every man you dealt with is a bum, are you a homeless shelter? and that's, and that's just to say, and that's just men and women, you sit around complaining about who you dated. It's like you choose to date who you want.
You attracting that too.
You make choices. So it's like, who's to blame here? Who's the bad guy? Is the guy that, or the girl that didn't come with her, or you who accepted it and pushed on? It's
exactly.
Just, everybody's looking for somebody to blame. And I just, I got into, a quarrel with somebody online, about it, because they're like, well, this and that. I'm like, well, how many times did how long you stay with them? Well, 3 years? Well, well, man, you covered, room and board for 3 years. Like, why are you complaining? That was your choice, So I think people need to take on more accountability, and more responsibility for the choices they make and what they do. Too many times we point fingers. We're not real about who we are, what we do. And, what happened to us is not in our power. And, somebody else's fault what happened when really it's our fault, and we need to take accountability. And it's so funny because I'm blocked on Facebook now. But
Got blocked on Facebook.
blocked on Facebook
a true love story.
Seriously. So, I just wanted to speak up because we were rolling, and I'm blocked.
Well, I mean, it's real. Even with relationships, like, it don't be just what you do for somebody, it's what you allow. Yeah. Because in a relationship I was in, and I was allowing things that at a certain age, but then getting older and growing, it's like, nah, this ain't it. And at a certain time, you got to cut it off. Time is the only thing you can't get back. So when you think about time, you're like, oh, it's 2 years. It was 4 years. Oh, I'm out. So it's better to be accountable in yourself and then also hold people to your standard. I mean, because you can't let too many things pass because it's going to keep going. So if you're allowing this person to be this or be that, you can't ask a question abroad saying, well, why I always attract this or why am I doing this? Like, look within yourself and you will attract what you're, supposed to, or at least what you plan to. You got to manifest it. Everybody got to manifest everything, whether it be financial or love or anything. We got to speak positivity. And I always run into people who's talking about their experiences, and me myself as well. Mine's have up and down, but it's also where I've learned. I've learned. I know I don't like what I used to like back then. I know I wouldn't accept that. I wouldn't do that anymore. So it's all about growth, man. That's what I feel. And it's a lot of people who are stuck in a phase. I think the pandemic messed up a lot of people. It either made you realize you don't like this person, or I love this person.
Yeah,
so,
I think when the pandemic first hit, domestic violence rose a lot, which isn't cool. You need to just break up and leave. But also, a lot of people realize that they were alone. And, when you have to be stuck in the house, it's like, man, these walls are getting closer and closer.
Hey, man, no, I'm on the family, dog. You know what I'm saying, man?
Write me a letter or something. Show me some love.
Some of you care about me, dog.
What was I going to talk about? Sha'Carri Richardson, the track star. She's back in the news. And it's not for anything bad. It's because there's a Russian Olympic, I believe, gymnast. She tested positive for, PEDs and, performance-enhancing drugs. And, Sha'Carri wrote a letter to the committee asking, why is she allowed to still, perform in, the Olympics. And Sha'Carri, we all know, was banned from running in the Olympics for, smoking marijuana.
Good old sweet tree, man.
And anybody who smokes weed and like Michael Phelps, he broke records high. That is impossible. When I smoked, I wanted to sleep all day. Seriously. No, seriously. So she wrote a letter, and I think they wrote something back saying the girl didn't know what she was taking because she's so young. And, basically Sha'Carri was saying it's because she's black. And I have to agree with her. Like I said, no one's smoking weed and going breaking records. We have a lot of NBA players who after they retire say they were high every game, and I think that is
you are the nigga, bro. You was this high. You was setting these records, and that's what I'm tripping off of is she took a performance enhancer and still could go and compete. My baby was just hitting rolled up a nice little backwood.
She had 5 on it.
She got right before she got left, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And was told that she couldn't perform and would stop. I think the qualifier she went to? It was definitely done on purpose because they put her up against some pretty fast Jamaicans.
she had just lost her mom as well, so it's kind of a hardship thing, and they didn't care. They didn't let her run, but they let the Russian girl, I think it's Camila something, run or not run, but participate. And it's like, why not me? And we all, of course, know why. Why not?
Well, the Olympics has recently been hit with a lot of allegations of racism. I know it's been some in the past, but I remember when it came to wearing Black Lives Matter shirts.
Oh yeah, they banned it.
Or Black Love, anything that had to do with being black, they banned Olympic athletes from wearing it. And so, I mean, if you want to just take a look at things and see what the truth is, just look at the things that they try to cover up or they don't expose too much of. So it happened, I think, about 2 years ago or 3 years ago. The Olympic committee said that they could not wear anyone participating, anyone in the stands. Black Lives Matters, Black Love, anything that had to do with anything black was forbidden. You couldn't wear it. So I think it's just coming to light, man. A lot's coming to light. But, I mean, you just got to push the envelope. I'm pretty sure Sha'Carri, she'll be back. I know she's going to do her damn thing. She's young. She got a lot more years in her, a lot more energy in her, but I'm glad that she spoke out because now her narrative is not only going to be an athlete, but I'm speaking up because I was condemned for doing something that was considered illegal and not right.
Weed.
And then someone who actually is enhancing their performance with using performance-enhancing drugs is given a green light. It's plain. It's plain. Like, there's no in between.
Blatant racism. Joe Rogan.
Straight up. Yeah, Joe Rogan, man. That boy, man, he back in it.
Oh, yeah.
They just dropped a new mixtape with him saying the N-word so many times I got dizzy. So he's just out of here, bro. You might as well just go lay under a bus, Joe. Just go lay under a bus.
I'm going to headbutt him if I ever see him. This one's for Harriet.
F that 20.
Any small business shout outs? Anybody want to give a shout out to who's doing their thing out here?
I mean, well, me myself, I always show love to that's why I wore my shout out Quick Strike. I wore my Quick Strike stuff, man. Shout out Aisle 4. This is a brand that's from Seattle, but it's so global, man. Everybody's rocking it. You'll see some celebs with it. Check that out, man. Quickstrike.com, man. I got the jacket to go with it, man. It's very nice, man. So get you some pieces, man. Tap in with your people, man.
Well, that's what's up. I want to give a shout out to Shots by Stoli. Peter Harris, he was just selected to do a shoot, I believe it was for the city of Seattle.
Seattle Public Schools.
Yeah.
Yep. And the new program they have, and he was the head photographer, and he got entered into the brochure for Seattle Public Schools, and basically the unveiling of the plan they have for a new program they're doing. So shout out to Pistol Pete, man. He's a great photographer. I got a couple pieces from him too. Like, not only just he's a photographer, he's an artist. So
he takes great landscaping photos. Yeah.
I got a couple photos from him, man, up on the wall, man. You know, it's real art. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying?
That's
Get
dope.
art from your friends, man. That's really stunning, man. You want to flex? Just have art pieces. Like, yeah, man, I know this guy, man. You know, this is easy, man. You know what I'm saying? I got one in the bathroom too. You know, that's a real flex. I like talking
dope,
like that. So go get you some art from your friends. Support your friends that are artists, man. Like I said before, if you have anything that you want to support, anything you want to promote, any clothes you want us to rock, just hit us up, man. Hit me up on IG, man. Flupanella, FLU_PINIELLA. Man, come send me anything. I promise you, whatever it is, a service or product, I want to put it out there for us, by us.
Oh yeah, any apparel, any questions, any subjects you want to talk about, reach me on IG at LOOP.GANG206 on IG. Ronnel Moore on Facebook. I'm on. Every time they book me, I'm doing 30 days in Facebook jail. So just send me a request.
Man, just send him a kite, man. He needs something for his store, man. He stays in Facebook jail more than anybody I know. And I tell him, dog, we got stuff to do. And Facebook is just finding stuff, old stuff, new stuff. They're booking this guy, man.
You can't say anything. Like, literally, they need to sue these F Mark and whoever else, bro. Seriously, because like, there's really no freedom of speach on Facebook. It's
Not
like you
at
say
all.
anything.
What did you say, nigga, all day?
With what did Dave Chappelle say? I can say nigga with I don't know what he said, but I can say it all day. But you know, if I say they brought up something for 2013, something I shared and was like, hey, you're going back to Facebook jail, buddy. So 30-day stretch. So if you add me on there, just know I'll get to you. It's just, you know, hold me down, shoot me a kite, put some on my books. It's all love.
Just hit his IG up because we ain't got time for Joe Bird VI, man. Look, this is episode number 9, man. Appreciate you. My name is Really.
VI.
It's Factorz TV.
We out, man. See you guys next week.
That's that Jackson jazz.
I told you guys, man, we coming with it, man. We nonstop.